Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of couch potatoes in love that love watching some Castlevania.
Yes, we do.
So this is season 3, episode 8. So we got 3 more episodes left. And I feel like this is going to be a big episode.
Yeah.
I feel like something, big is like a big reveal is going to happen. And we're going to get a lot of information on one of the, plots that we've been following.
Yeah, it does feel like the last episode was sort of like a building up episode. Even the past couple ones have felt that way. So even though they haven't felt like filler episodes, they've been very engaging, very, very captivating story elements. But there just hasn't been the same degree of action that you expect in like a major moment in a plot. So I think we've been leading up to that.
Oh yeah.
Why are you still awake? It's the middle of the day.
I'm redrawing my plans.
Carmilla's gotten inside your head.
If her scheme is going to work, we need to move fast before the humans regain control over the region in question.
I don't think that's likely.
And isn't it going to be your scheme, like our scheme?
Wallachia. They could be preparing for a move.
Or they're all dead.
But I don't know. So I have to factor that in.
You should sleep.
We can possibly push east as far as Lake Bulletin before I run out of soldiers, but that exposes our western border.
Sleep.
We can Forge Master, and she's just taking him out for fucking walkies.
Walkies?
It's going to have to be soon.
Come to bed.
We're going to say that when we take our dogs out.
The weapons, the supply lines.
I worked all that out earlier.
What?
It's just money and time. I did the calculations.
Then calculate this.
Yes, but surely you know how the regions surrounding Styria defend their borders against the 4 terrible vampire women in the castle.
With soldiers.
They don't have that many soldiers. They hire mercenaries.
Yes, soldiers, mercenaries, local forces. What's the difference?
The difference is that mercenaries can be rehired by the opposing side for more money.
But there's no honor in that.
No,
You can actually do this?
it was an administrative problem, and I solved it.
Can you not keep it down? I can hear you through several walls and 3 snoring boys. What are you doing in the middle of the bloody day?
Making your scheme work.
You don't have to make it work. It was bloody genius.
God.
Well, we're all awake now. We might as well have a drink. And you can tell me how you helped with my scheme. Wait,
We can have a drink and tell you how we'll be ruling an empire next year.
If Lenore can do her part.
well, now I definitely need a drink. I think she's fucking adopted.
It's like Tyrion said, plots and schemes are the same thing.
He's holding things back from us, you know?
He's lonely. He wants us to stay.
Well, he did kill his father, and the people who helped him left.
It's just him in a dead castle guarding a ruined house.
It doesn't seem fair, does it? He rid the world of Dracula, and this is his reward.
I think that he thinks he deserves it.
Yeah.
The loneliness?
He killed his own father. He wants to be punished for it.
Even though he had,
She gets him.
at the very least, Joe died as a result of his attack on Dracula.
Now home is more unprotected than ever. But he has so many wonderful things.
But he stays here because it's as close to death as he can manage without killing himself. Can it be after I've had a nap? I've read so much my brain hurts.
So lazy.
I'm not lazy. I conserve my resources for important efforts.
Like eating.
God, did we miss lunch? Maybe Alcar can make lunch again. And dinner.
Want more dinner?
Well, sooner or later, I'll have to start preparing my own food again.
I know. All right then.
Ominous.
So they were preparing to leave since he said he was going to have to make his own meals again?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be freaky. The whole like the little soul gems that he has.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Are you wandering around again?
No, not at all. Just stretching my legs before I go outside. The knees, not where they used to be. I spent too much time crouching down with your wonderful books.
I see.
Honestly, wonderful. I've learned so much.
What?
Well, I believe many of the previous occupants of this place had a real interest in contacting hell itself.
You mean we are not the... this has happened before, in the past.
It's clear to me that there have been attempts to open a door to hell here. In fact, this entire structure could be contaminated.
2 of our number have gone missing. But our work is almost done here.
Not soon enough, Salah. They may have expired from the satanic poison permeating the very stones and timbers of this building. You're absolutely right, Prior. Flee!
So, why don't you tell me how many of you there are in that priory?
You're a bit late. Not as many as there used to be, but more than enough.
What? Have you been eating each other in there or something?
We've been leaving for days.
Like an infection.
Like evangelists. Passing on the knowledge and the plan. Bring hell to this abandoned earth.
This is Salah's plan.
This is our visitor's plan. He spoke to us. We heard his voice in our heads. Since that moment, everything has been clear.
It really did drive them insane.
They've got a night creature under the priory.
A big one. That's
handy.
Yeah.
The priory is in ruins. I suspect it's been deconsecrated. There is a night creature being held on a basement level, symbols drawn around it. The corridor is in that same basement.
It's alive down there?
Oh, yes. I didn't even get the sense that it was in pain, and its proximity to the corridor is suspicious. I think it's waiting. Salah and his men are enacting some kind of plan involving these alchemical symbols.
The same symbols we've seen?
Indeed, combined. There are pages missing from volumes in the Priory's old library. They completely ignored the best part of the books stored in the Priory. 2 persons who have gone through death and rebirth can be fused into the Rebis, the ultimate alchemical goal. And they didn't even think of it.
Saint-Germain?
It could save the very world.
Let's settle for saving this town.
Indeed, I feel as if I've been led here to find the infinite corridor, to achieve the ultimate goal of philosophy.
Reunite it.
From a discreet and respectful distance.
We're doomed.
We absolutely are not. Cypher, translate this idiot's gibberish into actual language for me.
I don't have enough information yet. All you need to know is that the Priory is desecrated, and they are somehow working with a living night creature.
We can handle the night creature, but I'd rather not wade through a small army of mad monks to get to it.
I'll summon my men-at-arms by stages. I don't want to cause alarm or give Salah warning. We'll strike at sundown, when the townsfolk will be indoors.
Cypher and Saint-Germain will need to get under the Priory with me. Your people shouldn't be anywhere near that. Make a hole for us and keep the monks off our backs.
Do we really have time to wait for sundown?
This is my town. You do as I say. We must have strategy and force of numbers.
And why would I be going down there with you? I seem to have missed that part of your epic plan.
Because from what you've said, there's a night creature between you and the infinite corridor.
Yes.
And we may only have one chance to get you past it so you can open the corridor.
I'm afraid I don't understand. Oh, wait. You're actually helping me.
Yeah.
being kind.
All right, no need to make a production out.
I'm so sorry. I'm simply not used to people being kind to me for no reason.
That's so sad.
And he broke the man's leg in 3 places.
Well, you don't do that to cats, do you?
I heard 3 cracks.
Poor bloody cat. Wasn't hurting anyone. Cats just want to get on with their lives.
I don't even like cats, but I'm glad he did that.
Yeah, me too.
We have listened. We have prepared. We have restrained you as you wished. We have given you time to meditate as you asked. God has abandoned the earth. Dracula must be brought back. It is what you want. It is what he who forged you would want. We do this in the name of our visitor and his forge master.
That would be awesome if they bring back Dracula.
When the sun goes down, we shall do what needs to be done.
He held enough power within himself that he felt magically enhanced weapons to be unnecessary. He preferred physical things to be themselves.
Do you?
I don't have a strong opinion. Magic and science are 2 sides of the same coin to me.
Are you sure the castle can't be moved?
I'm sure.
There's not something you're not telling us?
No.
Would you tell us if there's something you're not telling us?
Excuse me?
No, obviously he wouldn't.
It's a big castle, filled with centuries of material like the hold. We have plenty of time together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All right then.
Oh
Who's
no.
hungry?
They're playing Alucard.
You didn't hear me enter?
No. You have a scent. Like jasmine and wine.
Good book?
I didn't notice that ring before.
Really? We all wear them.
All?
The 4 of us. Carmilla, Morana, Striga and I.
I'm presuming there's some disturbing reason for that, and I will regret asking.
The black and the red, the night and the blood. These are the things that bind us together. The rings are a sign of loyalty to each other.
It's actually, well, nice seems like the wrong word.
It is nice.
It's a different facet of you all, I suppose. Like this book.
Oh?
Yes. It's a magical work, but it's also, how do you describe it? Vampire philosophy. It's fascinating.
So now we're not all monsters.
I didn't say that.
Go on, admit it.
I admit there seems to be more depth to, what would you call it? Vampire culture than I thought. There are ideas in here about physical presence in the world, the importance of soil and landscape and being. I mean, actual philosophy. Amazing.
Well, good. It's hard to do diplomacy when the other person is in a cage.
I can't disagree.
Diplomacy is compromise. I get something, you get something. Neither of us get everything we want, but we both leave happy.
You have my attention.
But you don't even get to leave. You haven't got anything. I have all the power, and you're a pretty man in a box.
I'm pretty.
It just doesn't seem fair.
What's happening? What's the question, Lenore?
What do you want?
I want to be let out.
I know. That's all I could think of. It's the only thing I can do for you.
But you're not just gonna let me out.
Well, no. I'm loyal to my sisters. To just fling open the door and say, fly, be free, pretty human boy.
You're so pretty.
Also, you'd survive less than a day on your own.
That's not true. Well, okay, that's completely true, and I would die almost immediately.
You only have one advantage in this whole negotiation.
I'm not sure it's an advantage.
I like you.
That wasn't what I was expecting.
Oh, that.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Today, they can buy mercenaries to fill out the army.
I don't understand. But Camilla's given up.
She gets distracted. She calls it the burden of genius. We could run out on her this morning and she wouldn't notice for days. I'm loyal to my sisters. But what we're doing is wrong. We could just leave, Hector. If you want to be with me.
Oh, wow. She is masterful.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, how does someone open the infinite corridor?
It's an appalling act of will, a combination of ancient knowledge and sacrificing something of your soul. And it's still impossible to control with any accuracy.
But you can do it.
It took me a year to recover from the last time I did it.
And we're sure the monks don't know an entrance to the corridor is down there.
Absolutely. It's invisible to the human eye. That's why I need the jewel.
I think we've made a terrible mistake.
Sala! Prior Sala! When you were a simple man of the church, I tolerated your hold on my people. When you became a mad hermit who shunned my people, I tolerated you still. No more. You will vacate the priory. Throw your weapons out as you exit. Sala!
Too little, too late.
Protection. Out! All of you now! Or we come for you, Sala. It is time.
Ah, shit. Sorry, Bucky. Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Damn. Lenore. Once again. Just so pretty. Oh, it's like pretty. You're so pretty.
Pretty human
pretty
boy.
human boy. Go sit next to me. We could run away together. I mean, because we had discussed it when she had first kind of started negotiating. Like after she beat the shit out of him, and then like when I was like, okay, now let's do a negotiation. It's like I give you something you want, you give me something I want. And I was like, they have to have Hector want something that's going to keep him on board when he makes his army and doesn't kill them all. And so I guess Lenore is offering up her love as something that hopefully he wants.
She can make him fall in love with her, then she can play victim to her sister's entrapment or even pretend torture to get Hector to behave. So genius.
Yeah.
Evil genius, but genius.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think Sypha was worried about? Because she was talking to Saint Germain, and then when Saint Germain said that, like, oh yeah, they don't know that the portal's there, then she got like all worried.
And like the opening of the portal is a combination of will and some
Yeah.
things. I don't know. That went a bit over my head as to what it was that freaked her out so much all of a sudden. Because, you know, she's going along for the ride up until then. And I don't know what was this trigger word or phrase that he used that suddenly changed that for her. But she definitely had the sense that all of a sudden, like, it was too late. Whatever they were going to try to prevent was already done. And then we see the monster and they're performing their ritual. So seems like she's not necessarily wrong.
Well, we kind of knew that. I mean, she had already foreshadowed it when she goes like, should we wait until sundown? Maybe not. He's like, oh no, we'll be fine. We'll wait until sundown. It's like, yeah, okay, now you're all dead. Yeah. One thing I thought about, and maybe like it doesn't matter now, was like all the little H's that they put on there, like all the little symbols that they have. Why not just like carve over those and like make them something different? I don't know if like once you carve it in there, it's like, it doesn't matter if you change it, it's already imprinted.
Like there's a magical imprint.
Yeah, and I don't know how much it really matters to their entire plot, but that was just something I thought about. I'm just like, okay, well, if this is like, this symbol is really important to them, then just change the symbol.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know with that either. I will be curious to see what part that ultimately plays their carvings in whatever it is that they are about to unleash. I mean, I would assume it's what places to attack versus what places to save, but
yeah, maybe
who knows?
Maybe seem like, you know, the red X on the doors or whatever. Like, yeah, it doesn't seem like a marking like that as far as. But I don't know if it's like a portal like where monsters can like pop out of and like, you know, they can like. But I think it's probably just like, yeah, who to kill and who to like mark as far as death goes.
So the scene with Alucard was interesting. We had this hope that these were going to be new friends for him, maybe even a budding romance with the lady. It seems as though that is not the case.
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah. They seem to now just be using him and exploiting his loneliness for their own gain. And
I mean, in a sense, I get it. Like they've been tortured by a vampire. So how are you going to be able to trust another vampire, even like a half vampire like Alucard? You know, their goal is to wipe out all the vampires. And so like he's going to be one of them. I don't like it. I don't like them using Alucard, but in the same sense, like I get their perspective.
Yeah.
Because they don't know Alucard like we know Alucard.
No, but it does feel very short-sighted. Alucard has been nothing but generous to them, hospitable to them, helping them. So to go from what felt like them being allies into a budding friendship at the very least, to find that now it's that they're fake and this is just exploitation and manipulation, leaves a bad taste in the mouth.
Yeah, definitely does.
I'm kind of like, well, if you do something stupid and Alucard winds up turning on you, don't feel bad. You mess with our Alucard, and I'm gonna hope that you face the music, so to speak.
True. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments, and if you want early ad-free access to our reactions for Castlevania, check out the description of this video. We're over a month ahead on our reactions there, depending if you want to get the YouTube edits or the full watch-along reactions. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Castlevania Season 3, Episode 8, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.